Okay, so what we're going to do right now is once you're in your Google Drive, remember you access it through accessing your waffle, you go to Google Drive and then it pops you up here. So we're going to talk about Google Docs. So you're going to go here to the tab that says Create and you're going to go to Document. And it's going to take you to an untitled document. We're going to just research a specific topic right now. Oops. So when you click here, it'll pop it up and then you are going to Okay, so we're going to talk about digital citizenship. So I already have a previous article about this, so what I'm going to do is just copy this really quick and put it into our new Google Doc, so that way it just makes it simpler. Okay, so what we're going to look at is digital citizenship using Google Docs. So if, say for example, you were going to hand this to the kids and you want them to read this, or if I were going to hand this out to you and I really didn't like the text, Google Docs is very much like Microsoft Word, and you can totally change the font and alignment and everything as well. A unique feature about Google Docs is that it has tons of fonts that are, different. And, kids, they want to have a worksheet that appeals to them, or whatever the case may be. You want to give it your own flair. What you can do is go here to where it says More Fonts, and you can select as many fonts as you'd like. You can, mine are selected in blue, the ones that I personally enjoy. You can click all the ones that you do like, you hit OK, and what it's going to do is it's going to actually pop down in your drop down menu. So I really like this font, so I can change it, italicized, whatever the case may be, and it gives it a different take, if you will. Another thing that I want you guys to make sure you're aware of is just the tabs up here: standard file, edit, view. You can insert different things, formatting, tools, table, add-ons, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. There's a help, and then accessibility as well. A unique thing about Google Docs. So say for example, you find a really good Google Doc on there, but the person hasn't given you permission to edit the document or make any remarks or anything like that. What you can do right here is this tab that says Make a Copy. So if I wanted to make a copy of this, I found a really good worksheet or a good journal article, I can just go to Make a Copy, and automatically it goes to copy of whatever the article is. So if I wanted to just make a copy, I hit OK, and it'll actually bring it up in a new document, and I could have done this with the one that I used previous, but what you can do is it makes an exact duplicate of that research article or whatever the case may have been. So that's something really cool that you can do with Google Docs. I'll talk about this feature published to the web in a further Google Doc. It goes a little bit more in depth, but look forward to that video published to the web. Let's see, right now we're going to focus in on add-ons. So add-ons, what they are is they're just additional components to Google Docs. You can use them within a Google Doc sheet, and it allows you to do various different things. So if you want to get add-ons, you can type in, if you're looking for one specifically, EasyBib. It actually generates a bibliography and citation page automatically. Table of contents, I will be doing something with this as well. It makes a table of contents and it hyperlinks specifically to specific sections within the Google Doc. Translate is also really cool, and we're actually going to use this one, Texthelp Study Skills. So I have these in my add-on folder already, so I'm not going to add any of those, but it's really quick. It asks for permission, you say yes, and you're good to go. So what we're going to work on right now is the Texthelp Study Skills. This is actually allowing kids or other teachers to highlight specific components within the text, and it gives them collectively at the end, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if I were to give this to you guys and I asked you to read it, I would say why America's kids need a national digital citizenship curriculum. So it says, you've heard the stories by now about the intern fired for a tweet, the colleague admissions officer who checks out social media sites before sending off letters, the HR folks who track data about potential job candidates. So what you would do is I would want you guys to pick out important themes or important context within there. So maybe I would just say, oh wow, this is super good. That's something that needs to be highlighted. So I would select it and then I would highlight it and it would automatically highlight a specific color. So then maybe I think, oh wow, this is another key issue. So I would highlight this. I really like this quote that has to do with this. Maybe scroll down a little bit more. Oh wow, this is super good. I like this. I would highlight that maybe another color because that's another key point. Now, maybe I highlight this and I'm like, oh man, that's really good, but then maybe not. I don't really like that. What you can do over here is if you click the tab More, oh, I'm sorry, no, not more. If you click this right here where it says highlight, you can actually click none and it takes the highlight off for you here. If you notice over here, this will clear all your highlights. So you don't want to select this unless you made a mistake throughout the entire document. But again, if I click this, I highlighted a color and then I second guess myself and say, maybe that's not right. I click highlight and then I click none and it takes it off automatically. So then I continue reading and I find one more thing and I say, okay, that's good. So I'll highlight that color. So as I'm done reading this, what I can do is I need all of those highlights together. So instead of deleting and taking all this stuff and condensing it together, I hit this button right here, collect highlights, and it brings up a pop-up window. And I can sort the highlights by document position. I can sort it by color. Now, if you're going to use this in your class and you want them to, maybe select a theme that they're looking for or reoccurrences or whatever the case may be, I'm normally going to select it by color. And what it's going to do is it's going to collect the highlights. So it's going to create it. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a new separate Google Doc. So you just click where it says click here and it pops up into a new automatic window. So what you can see here is it eliminates the rest of the text and it actually just pops up the highlighted text in one specific condensed form. So maybe the kids, they really like this and I want them to elaborate on that more. So it says data is becoming a bigger part of corporate and academic decision making, and America's youth need to know that they are the trail they leave online. So maybe I have them reflect on this. So what they can do is, I don't want any highlighting on this, and I just want them to text. So I say, reflect upon this further. And then maybe they write a paragraph about this. So they take this text in the blue, and then they can reflect upon this further. And same thing goes with the pink. So this is really cool because it actually condenses everything for them, puts it together, and then they're able to collect their thoughts and give a further reflection upon this. Now, automatically, it highlights it as collected highlights. So maybe you want to rename this. My goodness, I cannot spell today. And I'll highlight it, excuse me, digital citizenship highlights, and that way I know what it is. Now, once you've saved it appropriately with the name, what you can do if you want to move it into a specific folder, right here you have a folder. You're going to click this button and it's going to pop up your Google Drive folders. So I want to save this specifically into a place so it doesn't just get put on my Google Drive. And I click the folder that I would like and I hit move and it automatically moves it there. Automatically saves, I can close that out and it's going to be there. So this was in the first document that I was in. Maybe we're done highlighting, so I close this. I'm done highlighting all this. My highlights stay. Now I want to save this for further referencing. And what I can do, again, click on that folder, find the folder within my Google Drive that I previously created, and then that'll save there as well. So I can close out of here and I find my folder that I just saved it in, and there are my documents. Now what I do want to show you, another thing with inside of this, is um, within this folder, you're able to do further research. So say, for example, maybe let's go back to the highlights that they had. So if I'm here and, they're reflecting upon this and maybe they come up with a new concept or a word, or maybe they really don't know what digital citizenship is, what you can do with Google Docs is you can select your text. Well, it would help if I spell it right. What you can do is select your text. Now, depending on what you're using, a Mac or a PC, you can right-click and you can pop up this menu. If you're using a Mac, you'll hit your trackpad and hit Control. You go right here and it says Research Digital Citizenship. You can also find this if you go here to Tools. You can click Research from here as well. So I click this and you notice to the side a pop-up window appears. So what it's going to do is it's going to base all of this off of web results. So it's going to show them different websites that talk about digital citizenship. So say maybe they find this one to be appealing. So you click on that and it brings you to a new web page, and maybe they find something there and they say, yes, I need that in my reflection. They can either pop it up that way. They could have previewed it over here. It's not really that large, so it's good to pop it up in a new window. They can insert the link, or you can actually have them cite it. So if I have them cite it, it brings this one right here, and you'll notice if you scroll down a little bit further, it actually cites it there for them. Now, if they're going to use like Easy Bib, I'll show you what that looks like a little bbit later, but it can actually generate it in MLA format or whatever the case may be. So these are some cool tools. I will do some further screen castings about those, but this is just to get your guys'